What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode. Hope you guys are doing well. I know I am. It's on this beautiful day here, out in the middle of nowhere. Oh man, I love it. Oh no, but today we're going to talk about choices, because the last time we talked about everything being a choice. But today we need to talk a little bit more about what influences us in our mind, our body, and our soul to make the choices that we do. So you see, growing up, I believed that I was already capable of enjoying free will. I thought everything that I was doing was because I liked it. You know, from the video games I played, the clothing that I dressed, the music that I listened to, I thought this was just me. Even the way I felt about people and the world and the environments around me. This is who I am. I'm thinking at a young age, I know who I am. We think we know who we are. But in reality, we are just a product of every influential piece of information we're being fed in the world around us. I mean, this boils down to everything. From the values you're taught at home, from the way you view your parents, how they interact with each other, your siblings, your family, your friends, how they handle problems, the way they handle themselves when they're angry, the things they do when they get frustrated, how they problem solve, how they manage money, the music they listen to, the way they dress, how they address you, and how they talk to you when things aren't going so well. We don't realize that every single input we have and every single interaction that we have as we grow is going to be the main thing that's going to turn us into who we are today. I can tell you right now, there's so many values that were instilled in me as a young child that I still hold true to me today to help with the choices I make. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate what's me and what's not me. The beautiful thing is being aware enough to do so. I started on my journey of when I decided to make a change in my life and I wanted more and just to be different. It all kind of started by understanding why I made the choices I do, right? Like, I remember growing up, and it's funny, my mom used to complain about people blasting music when we drive down the road. We would have SUVs or cars drive through the neighborhood just blasting music. And she would always say, like, I don't know why they're playing it so loud. They think that other people want to hear it. And I used to always laugh. Until I got older, and I remember driving down the road in Jersey City, hearing a dude on a Friday night in his car, just got it clean, it was looking dope. He had the neons in it, and it was lowered with the wheels. It was looking fly on a Friday night. And he's blasting his music, and the first thing that came to my mind was, why is he playing it so loud? Does he think other people want to hear his music? And I'm like, oh my God, I sound like my mother. And I realized my only reason for feeling that way is because that was taught to me. There's plenty of times I blast my music, but I would find myself lowering it at lights if the music I was playing I thought would offend somebody. Or if it was profane language and there were children around. Now, mind you, yeah, I'm being aware of my surroundings, but still, why should I have to change what I'm doing and who I am simply for the fact of other people's courtesy? I believe there's a time and a place for that. But it just goes to show you how much of who I am was influenced by the people around me. From the clothes I wear to the way I dress and the things I do. It all changes. From the world around me, it changes. Now that I'm older and I've experienced more, it all changes. Certain things don't, but a lot of things do. And that's really the biggest part, right? Like, I sit here looking around this world around me, the trees are blowing, and I realize, like, I'm so far from where I started. Getting here, not only did it take a lot of change, I had to change to be who I wanted to be. And it wasn't just trying to understand the inputs and the values taught by my family, because there's a lot of great things, hard work, dedication, respect and commitment. Those are things that were taught to me and instilled in me at a young age. When you start something, you finish. And it allows me to continue building to this day. But what had to change was the things that the world kind of instilled on me. From the music that I listened to and the way I had a perceiving of life. What was tough, what was not, what was manly, what wasn't, how you should address a woman, how you shouldn't. These things were taught to me by my culture. And yes, a lot of it is just entertainment and we should know better, but subconsciously our brain doesn't know when you're joking. Our brain doesn't know when it's just entertainment. That feeling you get when you watch a horror movie and see someone get injured or there's gore is very similar to real life. The only difference is we realize we're in the comfort and safety of our home when we watch it. So we can kind of relax a little bit. That's kind of led me to really why I want to live a life of experience, because I want to know what these things feel like so I don't take them for granted and how buffered we are. Now, we live in a world where we have constant and unlimited amounts of information coming to us at all times. What do we do with that? I think we got to be picky about what we feed ourselves, because I've realized you can find anything you want on the internet that'll support your argument. Someone has written it. And for some reason, we think that if it's posted online, if it's been published on the internet, that it's absolutely true. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. But if we're not really willing to dive deep further, we can really be influenced by things around us. And those influences affect our choices, and they affect who we are and the life that we live. I mean, you've probably gotten into an argument with somebody or been in a relationship with somebody where you have a disagreement and they've sent you memes or videos of a therapist, psychologist, or spiritual leader or somebody speaking to life into something on their behalf. Doesn't mean that that person is wrong. It means that they're speaking from their center of belief. So in reality, you have to ask yourself, is what I'm receiving aligned with my belief system? If it is, cool. If it's not, that's cool too. But understand that everyone's beliefs are strictly based on the inputs and information they've received. It's what dictates our choices. So yeah, a person growing up on the inner city, watching the news and living in a high crime area and low income area, they're going to have a different perception of the world than the person living out in the countryside, living on the farm. Doesn't mean that they're wrong, no. It just means that the choices they're going to make are different. Their perception of the world is different. And how they're going to go about their life is going to be different. The beauty of it is, no matter where you start from, you can change. You can grow up to be any person you want to be. It's literally the one thing I've learned in my life, especially over the last year, is that if with a little bit of information, a little bit of grit, a lot of bit of execution and commitment, you can grow to be any person you want to be. I sit here now living in the countryside. I love where I live. I love the things I do and the friends that I have. It's very different than in the city. Does that mean I don't love the city anymore? The people that I built with? Nah, they're still very much a part of my tribe. But now I'm building in a different place. I'm expanding my tribe. Is any of it wrong? No. But it's beautiful to experience. You might see me rolling around with a cowboy hat one day. Either that or I'll be wearing some type of hat when I go out. But for me, the beauty of exploring these different environments, gathering different information, deciding what resonates and what doesn't with you, what aligns with your morals and not, gives you the freedom to be able to make your own choices. So you gotta ask yourself, how free are you to make your own choices? Are you just going with the flow of what's being said around you? Are you independently making your own choice by values that you created for yourself? What dictates your thought? What dictates your thought process? What dictates your choices? Is it your emotions and your feelings and what triggers the trauma that you've grown up in because someone told you maybe you were a victim? Did someone tell you that, yes, you're a victim and this is your enemy, so you should hate them? Do you even know why you're hating people, disliking people? Disagreeing is okay, but do you even know why you disagree with them? Because when you break it down, we all want the same things in life. Be able to provide a good living for ourselves and our families, have a safe place to live, access to education, means to food and shelter, right? It's very simple, things we need in life. Yes, we may have different ways of going about it, but that doesn't mean that either of us are wrong. Everyone's experience can exist. So I say that to ask you, like, are you opening yourself up to new information, new experiences that don't necessarily align with what you know and what you grew up with, to help you dictate how you're making your choices? For me, the hardest thing that I had to do was let my ego go and say, I'm not here to feel right. I'm here to get as much information as I can so I can understand the facts, and then make my choices and interpretation from there. It's that desire to feel right. The ego can feel safe and comfortable and right. Puts us in a place of shutting down and closing off. Keeps us in our ways and keeps us from growing. It keeps us in a loop of being told what to do and how to make these choices. Do that, growth's going to be real hard. So I encourage you, take a moment, sit still. In your day, really log your day. Write down everything you do, right? And write down how you feel about it at the end of the day. Did you scroll social media? What did you see? How did you feel about it? Did you talk to a family member? What did you talk about? How you felt about it? Did you go to work and something happened? How did you address it? What did you feel about it? Take some time to just look at yourself. See how you're acting through your day and ask yourself, is this who you want to be? Does it align with what you want? And if the answer is no, that's okay. We got some work to do. But like I said before, don't we all? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's definitely a meaningful one for me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and as always, if you made it this far, hit the like button with the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Subscribe and hit the bell. There's going to be a lot more coming up. Because it isn't just about me. It's about you guys. And how we can help each other. As always, it's none but love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Peace.